but we have Tia here today. Okay, this is it doesn't have an eye in its head. Good morning, sheep fans. Cammie's the name, sheep's the game. Let there be light. Oh, okay. Well, straight away we can see this girl over here is lambing. Let me just see what she's at. She's alright. It's alright, lass, so no distract you. We'll let her work away just now because the more pressing thing, she's got 2 out. 1, 2, third one's on its way, which is actually good because, in fact, she's maybe stuck there. I think she is stuck. Right, lass, let me just help you. It's coming backwards, I think. Now I see it. Yes, it is. Oh, it's been there a wee while, I think. But it's alright. There you go, lass. Look what I got you. Oh, come on, pal. Look at the size of you. This sheep was actually kept in this nursing pen because she was so big, and no bloody wonder. Look at the size of those for triplets. Well, there's a good morning for you. I'm glad I came a bit earlier today. It's 4:30 this morning. Well, first scan, things look okay. But we'll worry about that in a second. First priority is get my head torch and get this other shed checked. Okay, so as always, you guys are seeing things firsthand with me. But when I say seeing them, you maybe not see so much. Let me just put this a bit brighter. I know there's 2 sheep fighting over a lamb over here. First of all. Oh, here's a lamb here. And that's yours, Mum. A gimmer with a cracking big single lamb. That's a good start. Well done, lass. And then, oh, it's okay, it's a gimmer. I was going to say there's another one here with a single lamb, but... Oh, unless that's yours, lass, is it? Because you're a twin. It looks more like a twin. No, it's not, it's hers. Well, that's a lot easier than yesterday morning. So we have a single over there, and we have a single here. And she's just trying to pinch, so she'll probably be lambing soon. Okay, what a result this morning. Cracking set of 3 here. Absolute monsters. They're actually bigger probably than those 2 singles. Those are gimmers, to be fair. So, as always, when I say gimmer, I should explain more often. A gimmer is a 2-year-old sheep. It's her first time lambing, in most cases, and they are all homebred. So they're ones that I've bred myself, either off my Chevates or off my blackface ewes that I used to have. So it's quite special, they're really special. So I'm just going to pen these up just now, and we'll do a walk through the pens before we head out to the outside ewes. It'd be weird if I headed into the outside ewes. Hey, don't rustle a bag. Don't rustle a bag, they'll hear you. Oh, don't run up there. This is little Elle that had the hard lambing, you see. She's not too worried about it now. Oh, come on, lass, jump back in that pit. There's your wee lamb coming. There's little Elle. Come on, don't you go that way. Oh, don't fall, come on. Come on, lass. Shh. There it is. See your lamb. That's you. Right, now don't you be awkward. You've looked after this lamb well, I tell you. Good lass. That's that one I pulled out backwards. There it is up on its feet. I was going to say look how quick that was, but for you guys, I suppose it wouldn't seem that quick because I'm cutting the video all the time. So as far as you know, it could be an hour, but it's really been 10 minutes or so. Just quickly remake these pens. Someone made a great point in one of the comments in the videos that this stuff's actually quite good for drying off the nails. Not this particular brand or anything, just dry disinfectant powder in general. But obviously I use this stuff. Come on, Mum. Come on. You're a good mum. You're a good mum. Come on. Oh, don't do that. I knew you'd do that. Come on. Oh. Jinx. And that's obviously why I know there's so much background noise with lambs screaming and stuff, but pets are excited to think it's feeding time. That's obviously why she was so big at the belly and not very good on her feet. It's because of the sheer size of those triplets, and that's why she ended up being left back in that pen so we could keep a better eye on her. Full belly, a colostrum. They shouldn't need anything else, but what I'm going to do is give them a scoot of spectam with the trip. Same with all the triplets. So I like to think I'm making steps in the right direction with reducing antibiotic use, but I still want my triplets covered. Even if I do think she's a great mum and she'll make a good job of them. Now here is a great, you guys will love this. We had a mix up yesterday, as most of you will have seen, and we had a little lamb that couldn't stand up. Isn't good in its legs, so we're going to have to nurse it for a few days. It can't actually stand up, it's just got really bandy legs. Now it might come right, it might not. I think with a bit of milk and a few days, they'll come right. Well, here it is here. On its feet. That's the three of them, and I'm pretty sure they're a set of triplets that should have been with one of those gimmers. But she got mixed up and taken another lamb, and then nobody wanted these three poor wee things. It's not great lifting 3 lambs first thing in the morning, but if I was going to lift 3 lambs, I'd want it to be those 3 small lambs. So, yep, that's a great, I love things like that. As I say, it's like small victories, because you're going to have a lot of, you know, there's another small victory. That lamb with the skin in, getting a belly full of milk. I mean, that is a great story, that lamb. In fact, both those lambs, actually, this is probably a success story of lambing so far. You guys that have been following the vlogs and seen all my videos will remember that this sheep was found outside on the grass with one lamb about to die, another one looking like death also, which is a lamb at the back here. Brought that lamb in the heat box, tubed it colostrum, and it was sat in the Rayburn all night. Rayburn's like a type of old-fashioned fire that has a warming plate space at the bottom. The lamb was put in there overnight, and this lamb was found lying. Its mother had given birth to it, and it had not got on its feet and got a sook, so it had hypothermia, home, hot box, colostrum, and she didn't want it back when we took it back to the field, but now this mum has taken it. So literally both those lambs have been at death's door, survived, and now they're in Valhalla because she is chocker full of milk. They're going to be big, strong lambs, so that's exciting. So again, another successful morning. I don't know if I count yesterday as successful. We had 5 sheep and 11 lambs, and look how mental Vicky is. Vicky's up, she's off her head. Just going to give Vicky an update on what's happening. Catch you in a minute. So we have someone new today, James, who's been helping the last couple of days, has childcare issues today. Well, he's has childcare issues every day for the last 3 years since he had them, but that's another story. They're great kids, legends. But we have Tia here today. Now Tia is a vet. No, you want to be a vet student, so you're only 16,
Yeah.
doing our exams at school, but part of sort of building up the CV is getting some experience to go and be a vet, or getting some experience to put in the CV to apply for vet school, is that right?
Yeah.
So she's here just for a couple of days while we're really busy, and we are flat out, as you've seen, watching some sheep being lambed and the things we do to make this all run smoothly. So we'll do a quick, people like to, hear you speak and get a bit to know you a little bit here. So you're an Ayrshire lass?
Yep.
Yep. Whereabouts in Ayrshire are you from?
Kilmarnock.
So a fellow Kilmarnock lass here out wanting to be a farm vet. I tell you, you'll need to follow Farm Vet Films. That's my mate who's a farm vet and puts heaps of great... He's a legend. So there you go. Tia's, she's 16, from Kilmarnock, desperate to be a farm vet. Great to see it. She'll see plenty of lamb. Have you ever lambed sheep before?
Nope.
Now, the only problem with my sheep is none of them really need lambed. I say that. Some do, as you've seen, but very few. But we'll do our best to try and find Tia something to get her hand in, so to speak. So, you excited, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's excited. Right, let's start with this. What about this? Now, you just saw Mum licking the newest lamb here. She is a triplet, and this is a Jacob male. So, the Jacob that's in the pens just now with the Valley Blacknose lamb, that is the mother of this, and the Blueface Leicester is the father. And generally speaking, Jacobs throw black lambs, which is why she's come out black. So there you go. We'll get her penned up. The pens are now full. There is no pens left, and we have a problem with a herdwick to deal with to help Vicky out. So we're going to have to mark up some lambs, get them in the big mothering pen, and make some space. It's flat out, but it's good fun. Now, I appreciate these vlogs might be getting a little bit hectic and a little bit hard to follow, because I've been watching Sandy and how she does lambing, and she's really good at just sitting and talking to the camera for a minute and explaining things and focusing on one issue, because she's obviously loads of sheep synchronised and lambing fast, and she's good on focusing on one thing, whereas I'm rushing you about looking at all different sheep. So it's good if, as you know, we put numbers in the sheep. If, while I'm doing something in a number of sheep, I'll try and show you the numbers of the specific sheep that have a good story. And if you want updates in the future, I'll post things on Instagram about those sheep, and if you write in the comments, I can reply to you and let you know how those sheep are doing. It's really the only way for me to follow a story. I don't really name any sheep, if I'm honest. I would just forget, but I remember numbers. So I remember numbers. That's the way we sort of work and how I remember things. So, interesting ones, and I want to show you from yesterday that I've had a day to settle, was the rub one we did. You remember I put the bag down and I rubbed this lamb on with the amniotic fluid from the other one? Well, Mum loves them both. She's a good yout. She's very happy. So that string can come off that gate. This was the mix-up, part of the big mix-up of 2021. And she loves those two lambs, even though she's a single and only one of them is hers. It was a good result. This was the triplet that only would take one lamb, but she loves it. String off that gate. And this is my favourite story so far. Although we lost a lamb, it's great that these two lambs were both been saved from the brink. So that's a quick update, and obviously our three here. As we go, obviously with Elle, that little yow hog, Elle, you'll probably want to follow her because she's such a small thing with such a big lamb, and she had that hard lambing, but she's neither up nor down now, and she's loving life. Going to rattle on, it is going to be hectic because Vicky's waiting for a pen because we have a job with a herdwick to do, and we need to get these watered, sprayed in this pen, sheep out, it's flat out. Okay, so it had been going far too well at the Cheviots for far too long, and I think we have a dead lamb over here. Oh, steady, girl, steady. They're fair wild. And it looks to me like more than likely it's been a case of it's popped out in the bag. Just the way there's still this kind of skin round its head here. I would reckon it's been sort of drowned in the bag, so it's come out with the amniotic sac round its face, and Mum's probably not got to it in time because I believe she has twins. I've just lost sight of her now. Let me just see if I can see her again. She's maybe that one there. There was one standing near the lamb, but they're so wild. In fact, I think it's the one far back. It's not these, because these are old lambs. You can see she's just lambed here, but she was just standing near it and then ran off. So I'm not getting it. In fact, I think that's maybe that young lamb just lying down right there. If you see with my finger, let me see on the screen. There. So that's the young lamb there. So she was just standing with it as we came down the hill, and she's obviously bolted as soon as she sees us, which is happens with these chevets. They're quite hard to do anything with like this, and really there's no need to hassle her now. She's got one good lamb. There's nothing I need to do except lift this lamb and take it away with us. So yes, a negative, but she's got a good lamb, so there is some positive out it, and these things happen. Can't be here all the time. It takes a matter of moments for that lamb to be in that sack to suffocate, and that's what's happened here. Okay, problems. This is what you guys are here to see. Same again really as the previous one out here in the field. This ewe has a massive bag of milk and big teats, and these lambs just look hungry. So I think just so we can really make life easier and not have to keep catching her and putting them on, we're just going to take her back and put her in the shed. This is just some paper here, disregard that. People will get annoyed if you start running about being silly. Right, okay. Are we catching the sheep or are we just... Okay, this is a shepherd's crook. Well no, it's not actually a shepherd's crook, is it? Shepherd's crook's a bigger thing. This is just a leg crook, that's what it is, leg crook. This is actually my father's. You can see it's done a few years lambing. And the idea is you just hook the leg, although I'm not very good at it, I must admit. Just like that. That's not going to work. Go the easier way. Oh, lass. Oh, lass. And you see here this big bag? Heaps of milk. Oh. So something has sucked on this side. Oh, but not that side, but now it has. Bring that hungry lamb over there to you. Oh, I think it's had something. It's pretty lively, but... Well, I saw it was trying to get us earlier. It's alright. Oh, it's alright, lass. Just you sit there. So I'm just going to try... Come on, man. It's very much like... need a horse to water, but can't make it drink. You can put the teat in its mouth, but you can't make it drink. Okay, so yeah, she's sounding a wee bit distressed there, but it's because she's a lamb shouting for her and she's wanting to get to her lamb. Gonna hold her for a second. Lizzie's gonna bring the truck up. She's got the canopy on the back again, and we're gonna throw this sheep onto the... I say throw, but I don't mean actually throw. It sounds so rough. We're gonna step her up onto the pickup and get her to the shed where we can properly look after these lambs and keep an eye on things. But she's a good yout. Good milky sheep. She'll be a two crop. Sometimes a factor with these big milky sheep, these mules, as the years go by. I suppose it's kind of like humans too. Things get distended and swell and shrink, and same with bags on these sheep. So this will be her third lot of lambs. So you've reared a few, lass, haven't you? And you're a kind mum. You're a kind mum. You just see this lamb, how it's standing. You can clearly see it's hungry, like it's just hunched over. Not looking very happy. And this teat, when I first milked it, it had a wee cork on it almost, so it hadn't been sucked. They have sucked this side right enough, which is why that other lamb's so lively. Lizzie's already grabbed it and thrown it in the pickup. Ready? Good lass. Oh. Big sheep, big sheep. Over to the shed then. Oh, look at my hairline in this wind. Here we go. There we go. Shush, Lammy. Okay, so this sheep here she's marked for a 3. She had this first one a little while ago, and it's up and dry. She's been pressing for a bit, and I'm starting to see a wee foot poking out, and it's kind of yellow, and that's a sort of it's not that it's an issue, the colour, but it's maybe a sign that she's been working at it for a little while, and she's pushing and doesn't seem to be getting it past the threshold. So I'm thinking either both lambs have came at once and it's causing a little bit of a blockage, or, well, I can see the foot, I'm pretty sure it's a front foot, so I don't think the lamb's backwards. Could be there's a head back, or there's a leg back, and it's just needing a little bit of assistance. So Tia, who is here vetting, and Vicky's supervising, it's a perfect opportunity for her to lamb a sheep, because generally speaking triplets are quite easy to lamb. There might be a bit of footering around. Is footering a Scottish word? Yeah. Yeah, footering around, so that's like messing around to get the lambs in the right position, but generally there's plenty of space and the lambs aren't too big, so it's actually a really good sheep to practice on. So Tia's going to hold the camera while I get her in position. Here, I'm just going to open this gate to give us a bit more room to open back. There we go. Bigger pen. So we want her on her right side because we're right-handed. So you're alright, lass. You're alright, lass. Bring that lamb out there. You're okay. Now, because she's just going to bang her head, I'm just moving her slightly so that she doesn't bang her head. You're alright, lass. Now, let me just have a quick feel before I send Tia in here. Right, everything's actually presented okay there, so this will be a doddle. Vicky, do you want to hold the camera work? Is that alright? And I'll just steady the sheep. So, yeah, you just get down and about it, put your hand in there, and you want 2 front feet, which is there, and the head. So if you put your hand down and just get down on your knees, you have to really get down and get involved. That's it. Just watch she doesn't kick you. So the other foot should be there. If you bust that wee water bag, it'll just stop it getting in your way. Get a wee finger for it. You have 2 pairs of gloves on, doesn't it help? Pinch it. This is quite a good, you see this? Frustration, there we go. And then we can see the nose. You see it? And, oh, yeah. So this is just for the camp, this is the first time she's ever lambed a sheep. And there you go. I think it was just such a big lamb. That's where she was struggling. So we can see its nose is clear. So just once you put, the first thing you look at, obviously, clear nose, which it has. And, it's going to thrash itself about a bit because that's it, just getting its first breath. And a wee rub in this lamb will be fine. I mean, it's just about lifting its head already, this lamb. So it's absolutely fine. And sometimes you'll see it like that there, like it's not breathing. Then it'll just be a wee second while it gets itself. You're right, lass. You're alright, you love your lambs, I know. Till it gets itself and then it takes a breath like that. Yeah. So, watching on camera, it might look all this lamb's dead, but it's pretty standard that it take a second to start regular breathing once they come out. And this lamb, you just kind of give it a wee, this kind of gets it going. That essentially simulates like the mum licking it, that kind of rubbing. And when she's licking it, that's her stimulating it, kind of massaging it and getting it going. And we kind of slap it because quite often, in an ideal world, the mum would stand up and the lamb would drop down and it would get it done, and that's it, like, welcome to the world. There you go, head up straight away. I knew that was going to be a good one. Right, I'm just going to sit this lamb round out the way just now, because that's fine. It's an absolute monster. Has the scanner got it right? Yes, he has. Just for full disclosure, we have had a twin have triplets, so that's on me. But apart from that, it's been good so far. The other one's right there. We've got it down now. I'll go. It makes more sense. I'll have a quick look to see what the problem is, and see now. This is the problem why she was struggling. So this lamb's coming backwards. All right. So generally speaking, a lamb coming backwards, you don't want to be messing about too much. No. So get your hand in, grab the two legs and pull. Right, the two pointy things, and just start pulling. And this is probably what was causing the whole blockage, that it just wasn't sitting right. There you go, pull, 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 and clear that nose straight away, that's it. Wee bit of straw and just get a right good pull like that. Yep. That's it, set up, bit of straw. Now the danger with a lamb coming backwards is that it maybe got a lung full of water. Yeah. So it may help a wee lamb like this to just turn it upside down and swing it a little bit. But let me just decide on that a second to see how it's going. No, it's taking good breaths there already. I'm going to let Mum up because she's desperate to see her new lamb. There you go, Mum. She's a great wee mum. And I'm just going to, this is quite a difference, this wee lamb, to the last one. It feels very floppy. It's certainly nowhere near the strength of the previous lamb. If you actually just bring the camera in here, Vicky. Bring the oh, that's all right. It's all right. She'll come back if you just bring the camera right in close to this lamb here. You see this lamb here, what it's doing here is quite unusual. Its tongue here, you see that? Just go right into it there. And I noticed straight away its like eyes are kind of sunken as if it's almost a bit deformed. And if you look here, it doesn't have an eye in its head. So this lamb is not very good. No, so
not viable, really.
No, there's no way that's getting. And it's doing something funny with its mouth here. And actually, when you take it here in your hand, there's no rigidity. That's when I said it felt dead floppy. There's nothing about it. It's actually a unusual weight as well. I think the belly's full of water, and that is probably this lamb. We'll move this lamb out this pen actually, so the mum can get into this lamb because she wants back to her lambs and we're in the way. Great wee mum, and she's got two good lambs there. So just to talk that through very quickly, I saw this sheep, she's a triplet, she'd had one lamb up and soaked, and generally speaking with triplets you expect the next one to follow fairly quickly. But obviously that wasn't happening, so I thought we need to have a look at this. My first thought is where the two lambs were coming together, but they weren't. It was just the first lamb was presented fine, but the problem was maybe twofold. It was quite a big lamb, and the second lamb being deformed and limp and lifeless like that means that it doesn't sit right in the womb, which is why it actually came backwards. It's not, when they're rigid and correct and healthy, they should naturally position themselves to come out like this. But that lamb has just been lifeless and limping. When she's pressing, it's going nowhere, and it's probably caused a bit of a blockage. So that's why that's happened. It's not the end of the world. It's a nearly complete lamb. It's just one of these things that happen in pregnancy. When you're lambing this amount of sheep, to have the odd problem like that, it's not unusual. And she's got two cracking lambs there, so we've got to think of the positives. These things happen in farming, unfortunately. And that's that story. And well done, Tia, for lambing our first sheep. How was that for you? So, well done, Tia, for lambing our first sheep as well. How was that for you? Yeah. Oh wait, I can do my interview thing. Hang on. So Tia just lambed her first sheep. How was that for you?
Good.
Do you feel ready to be a vet now?
Absolutely.
Yes. Was that the kind of experience you were looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's... hey, what's the chances to go and You're not from a farm. You've got a lot of horse experience and animals in that sense, but you're not from a farm at all.
No, not at all.
And that's the right attitude if she's going to be a vet, is just get her hand, dive in there and start pulling. So, well done, good work. Exciting. Very good steady camera work from Vicky as well there. What a team we are. I tell you, what a team. Okay, so since you saw those triplets being born and Tia lambing her first sheep, there's nothing really exciting happened. We've had 4 sets of twins, all happy, healthy. This one here has had our first one. We're just waiting on the second one, and then we're going to finish up for the evening. Everything's fed and watered, and another semi-successful day. Couple of dead lambs as you saw, but on the whole, lots of healthy, good lambs. So, yep, that's us for another one, sheep fans. We'll see you for the next one.